This is the Carty Method podcast.
Hey, this video is going to teach you how to unlock the true potential of your photography by seeing the world in a way that others don't. Today, we're going to dive into how resetting your perspective can not only lead to better images, but also a more successful photography business. If you're stuck and you're tired of feeling like you're in a routine and you want to elevate your work to new heights, this is definitely the content that you need today. So, by the way, by the end of today, you're going to understand how to break free from your creative stagnation, how to embrace the risks necessary for growth, and how to price your work in a way that reflects its true value. You're also going to learn how to create experiences for your clients that make your photography worth far more than just the images that you deliver. This knowledge I'm going to share with you today is going to position you to stand out in a crowded market and build a thriving photography business, because that's what we're trying to do here. I've helped hundreds of photographers in person and thousands, way more, through this whole YouTube channel thing here. And what I help them do is transition from being stuck in routine to creating creative work that actually truly stands out. Many have gone on to not only find their niche, but to land their first big clients and scale their businesses to up to 6 figures, which is incredibly possible and plausible if you're doing the right things. These strategies I'm about to share with you today have proven to be game changers, and they can be for you as well. So, the crux of being a photographer is seeing the new. So let's start with something that's at the very core of being a photographer, the ability to actually see the new. That idea might sound straightforward, but it's so much deeper than finding a fresh subject or trying out a new photography technique. It's so much more. It's about resetting your eyes, shifting your perspective, and truly engaging with the world around you in a way that others might overlook. It might be confusing, but it's actually quite simple. Seeing the new requires breaking away from the old. It's super simple. Imagine, every time you step outside with your camera, you're given the chance to see the world new. But how often do we as photographers fall into the trap of routine? We go back to the same locations, we use the same settings, and we even process our images in the exact same way. Why? Because it's comfortable. Comfort can be the enemy of true creativity. I realized something extremely interesting. Creativity doesn't thrive in routine. It blossoms when we actually break free from it. So, consider the fact that both God and man are both designers. Everywhere we look, we can see the intricate designs of nature, but also the intricate designs of architecture and of human interaction. But to truly capture those designs in a way that resonates with others, we have to see the world, we have to see every scene, every moment, every subject. That means breaking free from the routines and the habits that limit our vision. I'm sure you felt every time you go on a trip or you travel to a new place, you're like, oh my God, thank God I have my camera. There's so many things to shoot. It's because you're seeing something your eyes have never absorbed before. So it means challenging ourselves to see the world as if it was the first time that we've ever seen it. So, I used to be someone who only shot during perfect conditions when it comes to light. I mean, I only shoot direct sun in the perfect condition because it's when the light's the most flattering. But as I progressed in my career, I realized when you limit yourself to just one type of lighting, I was missing out on that beauty that different times of the day started to bring. So I started shooting at different times. I started training myself how to shoot when the light was bad. And I know that this sounds so counterproductive, but I started training myself how to shoot at midday when the shadows are harsh and the contrast is high. At first, it's uncomfortable, but it taught me to see the world in a new way. And that's when my work really started to learn out, because what I learned is how to shoot in open shade. When I was 23 years old, I moved to South Beach, Miami. And I lived in South Beach, and I was a photographer in South Beach, working for all the agencies, shooting the craziest models in the world on the beach. And I'd be shooting, and my model would be jumping by, and I'd look, and there'd be a Linda Evangelista right there. And I'd look, and it would Bruce Weber shooting Linda Evangelista like right next to me. What I learned was I didn't want to be where everyone else was shooting. I wanted to be in the alleys of Miami and the slummier areas of Miami, the South Beach that people didn't see. That's what I wanted to shoot. So I started taking girls in dresses and in bikinis and shooting them in alleys up against graffiti, which is very much my style and what I've been doing for like 35 years. So learning how to shoot in bad conditions, learning how to shoot when the light was wrong, what that meant, that I could shoot anytime, any place, anybody, in any condition, because I knew how to shoot in shade. And that's when my work really started to really blow up, is because I learned how to do something different and embrace a new way of making photographs. So breaking free from routine is the key to creativity. Breaking free from routine. Breaking free from routine, that truly is the key to creativity. And so how do you actually see the new if you're stuck in routine? Like, how do you do that? If you're stuck in routine, how do you see the new? If you're anchored to the same ideology, the same old methodology, your creativity is bound to stagnate. You can't be bound to old ideologies, old methodologies, or your creativity is going to stagnate. There's a relentless force in our lives, whether it's the societal expectations, the pressure to conform or fit someone else's vision, or even our own fears. All of these things are trying to distract us from doing the real work. And you got to be honest with yourself. In this fight of being a professional photographer, of being a professional creative, we always find ourselves alone. It's like no one understands what it is that we're going through. Have you ever wondered why some photographers seem to effortlessly attract high-paying clients? Have you ever wondered why some shooters, they seem to effortlessly attract high-paying clients? The secret is how they price their work. Like, I learned this secret 15 years ago, and it was a pivotal moment in my career when I realized that my routine and my ideology, my methodology, my mindset, my routine holding me back. And I was comfortable shooting the same types of portraits, using the same lighting setups, and my processing just the same in every way. And it's easy, it's predictable, it's safe, but it wasn't fulfilling. After a while, with my own pictures, I've been doing this for 3.5 decades. Like, at times, I felt like I was on autopilot, and I don't want my work to reflect the fact that, like, I'm on autopilot. Like, things that I can do so easy, other people are like, oh my God, that's so amazing. But it's like, yeah. But I was starting to feel that way. And then this is not inspiring. So I had to make a decision that changed everything. I decided to step out of my comfort zone and actually try something completely different. So I do personal work. Now, this personal work has nothing to do with me trying to get work from this work, although it happens all the time. What happens is I get these incredible ideas when I go out and just shoot free. I've been doing street photography. Now, street photography is completely out of my wheelhouse because I'd always focused on controlled environments where I can manipulate light in the studio, I can pose my subjects. But in street photography, you're dealing with unpredictability. You're dealing with, like, I ask people, can I take your picture? Busy. Like, you're dealing with people's raw emotion. You're dealing with real life moments, and it's uncomfortable for me. It's challenging for me. I have social anxiety, but it forced me to do things differently. It forced me to see the world differently. And I also make YouTube videos when I do it. So I'm recording it, and it forces me, it challenges me to actually do something because I'm making a video about it. So I had to let go of control and actually embrace the chaos. And guess what? I started creating some really compelling images. And I also started to have great content to share with my newsletter community of almost 2,000 people subscribe to my newsletter. Join A Life Behind the Camera. It's free. It's the video in the video description, blah, blah, blah. So, and what also happens is I try crazy things. Like I do night photography, and I mix in another thing that I love to do, which is light painting. And now I'm starting to create these compelling images, and then I end up applying that image, those techniques to my commercial photography. But you have to notice this. Risk is not just a part of success. It's the heart of it. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Risk is not just a part of success. It is the heart of success. Risk is the unsung ingredient of success. Risk is the unsung hero of success. So let's talk about risk. Risk is an integral part of the success formula. If you want to have big wins, you have to be willing to take big bets, to make big bets. It might sound scary, I got to tell you though. There's no growth in staying comfortable. There's no growth in staying comfortable. The longer you wait to take a risk, the fewer opportunities that you're going to have. I've missed opportunities because I was afraid to take a risk. So there was a photographer that I remembered. I used to mentor him. He had a very stable commercial photography career, good client, steady income, but he was unfulfilled. He was unfulfilled. The passion that he had for fine art photography wasn't being fulfilled because he had all his effort and all his time in just churning, making money. So it's like he lost that love, that passion that he had for fine art and fine art photography. But he's terrified of leaving the security of doing these commercial jobs. But after months of soul searching, he took the plunge. He risked the financial stability to pursue traveling for a year and creating new work without any kind of commercial viability attached to it at all. When he came back, not only did that work fly, but that work ended up being featured in several galleries and several publications. So you got to imagine that story is a reminder that sometimes the biggest rewards come from big risks. And also, money isn't everything. It's everything when you don't have it. Believe me, like, because I've been on both sides of the fence, like the struggling, broke ass photographer with $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of equipment and like $20 in the bank. Like I was that photographer. So now I'm so not that photographer, and I obsess over helping photographers that were just like me transition into how my life is right now. So this is one of the craziest things that you might have never heard of, but this is why it works. Big bets lead to big wins. This isn't playing the lottery. This is betting on yourself. Risk is necessary. It's a necessary part of any journey when you're moving towards mastery. But it's not just about taking risks for the sake of it. It's about calculated risks that push you out of your comfort zone and towards your real potential. The key is to not let fear hold you back. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Those are the things that keep us stuck. But when you learn to embrace fear, embrace risk, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. So, I promised earlier that I would talk about pricing. Okay, so let's get into pricing. Pricing is a reflection of value. So, pricing. Pricing is something that photographers struggle with. Put your hand up if you struggle with pricing. I know your hand's up right now at home. Price is all about perceived value. So let me give you an example. And this is one of my favorite examples. You're looking at a laptop. You're looking at two laptops, okay? You want to buy a laptop, you need a laptop. You're looking at two laptops. Now, one is from Dell. One laptop is from Dell, and one's from Apple, okay? Now, these two laptops, both of them have similar specs, yet the Apple laptop, which I have right over there, I'm like an all Apple ecosystem. The Apple laptop is $1,000 more money. It's $1,000 more. Why? Because Apple has built a brand, and that brand represents quality, innovation, and style. This isn't just about the product itself. It's about what Apple, what Mac, what Macintosh, it's about what the brand stands for. So let me explain to you why this is so huge. How you price your work isn't just about numbers, it's about how you're perceived. As photographers, we need to understand that price isn't just a number. Price is a reflection of how we perceive our own value and, in turn, how others perceive us. When you set your prices, you're making a statement about the quality of your work and the experience that you provide. You're telling your clients that what you offer is worth investing in. Early in my career, I made the mistake of undervaluing my work. I did this continuously. I set my prices low, thinking that it was going to attract more clients. But what happened was the opposite. Instead of attracting clients who valued my work, I attracted clients who were looking for a deal. They didn't respect my time, my talent, or my photography. It wasn't until I reevaluated my worth, adjusted my pricing to reflect the true value of my work, that things actually started to change. Suddenly, I was attracting clients that appreciated my work and were actually willing to pay a premium for it. So, are you ready to stand out from the crowd? I'm going to show you how creating a memorable experience for your client can set you apart. By the way, here's a secret. Guess what? You never see Apple go on sale. They don't go on sale. Carty's right. They don't do fire sales or Black Friday or inventory clearances. Why? Because they understand the value of perceived value, the power of perceived value. They know that when you price your products at a premium, you're sending a message, and that's what your offer is worth. That is what your offer is worth. The same principle applies with your photography. The only way to close deals is if your perceived value, the perceived value of your work exceeds what you're charging. And let me tell you, clients are often willing to pay 3 times as much for your work if they believe it's worth it. It's all about the work and the confidence to charge what it's truly worth. So, I have this thing that I do for people. It's called an experience. I call it the Steve Carty Show. So what I create is a double thank you moment. And let's take this step to talk about how you can provide an experience for your clients. Imagine, we often pay 3 times the value for a cup of coffee, 5 times the value, 10 times the value for a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Why? Because we're not just buying coffee. We're buying an experience, the smell, the community, the personalization. They write your name on the cup. Those elements add value beyond just the cup of coffee. So here's where things get interesting. Your work's value is not just in the final product, but in the experience that you provide for your clients. This is what I call the double thank you moment. It's when both your client and you, the photographer, feel like the buyer and the seller, both the buyer and the seller feel like they've gotten more than their money's worth. As photographers, we got to create this same kind of experience. Our value has to be worth more than average, and the experience with us has to be more memorable, more fun. It's got to be priceless. So I call this tactic creating a double thank you moment, and it is crucial for your success. When I work with clients, I don't just deliver photos. I deliver an experience. From the moment that they contact me, I make sure that every single interaction is positive. Every detail is considered. And every moment is tailored specifically to their needs. I take time to understand what's their vision. I guide them through the entire process, and I make sure that they feel valued at every single step. This way, this sets me apart from other photographers, and it's why my clients come back again and again and again. Your pricing should reflect both the value of your work and the experience that you provide. In fact, the experience with you, I want you to hear this. I want this to bounce through your head, okay? The experience with you should be worth even more than your photography. The experience that you provide, every negative experience you remember, every positive experience you also remember. You went to the store, that customer service guy, he was so good. He went back and forth 10 times to get you the right size. He was like, oh my God, that looks amazing on you. Those pants are a little bit short. Let me get another longer pair. He went, he got you a longer pair, blah, blah, blah. They looked amazing on you. Next, he's like, oh my God, I have this jacket. It's not even on the floor yet. It fits you. We have one. I'm going to go to the back, see if it fits you. So like extra, like that salesperson, you're going to be like, you're going to go home to your wife and be like, oh my God, I had this sales guy. He was insane. He was so good. He was so, and you're going to remember, do you remember the pants? Yeah, I got the pants. The pants are great. But the experience with that sales guy, that's why you closed. And that's why you're talking to your wife. Because if it wasn't a good experience, you would not only hate those pants, but you wouldn't go back to shop there. So when you achieve this double thank you moment, when you achieve that, you not only create incredible images, but also you create an unforgettable experience that your happy clients are so willing to pay for. So the transformation has to be made for you from camera technician to creative artist. There's a transformation that happens when you start seeing the new, start embracing risk, and start understanding your value, and sprinkle on a little bit of creating exceptional experiences. You move from being just a camera guy. Hey, yo, photo man, come over, you guy with the come on over here. To being someone who knows how to use a camera as an artist, as a creator, as a connector, someone who brings a unique vision and a unique value to the world. Top performers use this psychological hack, understanding that their value isn't just in their work, but it's in how they make their clients feel. This transformation, it's not easy. It requires a shift in mindset, a willingness to adapt and step outside your comfort zone, and a deep commitment to this craft. But it's a journey, and it's a journey that separates the hobbyist from the professional. It's the journey that separates the good from the spectacular. So know this: being a successful photographer is about so much more than just taking photos or making photos. It's about seeing the new. It's about taking that risk, understanding that your work, your spirit, your creativity has value. And when people are around you, when you train your camera on someone, when you're speaking to somebody, you're creating an experience for them that leaves a lasting impact. When you embrace those three principles, you not only elevate your work, but also you're going to transform your career and your life. Remember, the journey from picking up a camera and understanding how to use it to being a creator, a photographer, an artist, someone who is not just taking pictures, but someone who is creating experiences. What you're doing, and know that that requires you to constantly be challenging yourself. Like, in order to be that photographer that you desire, it requires you to step way to the left of your comfort zone. You have to break free from routine, and you have to embrace risks. Know that your work has value, and above all, make sure that your clients walk away from every session with you feeling like they've gained more than just photographs. They've gained an experience that they'll never, ever, ever forget. When you master this, not only will your work stand out, but you'll also find yourself with evangelists out there speaking. Oh my God, Steve Carty, he's the best. You're going to find yourself in a thriving career that's actually as fulfilling as it is successful. Know this: I obsess here on YouTube over helping you get to the next level with your photography career. I've been on YouTube since 2007 or so, and I never really cared much about my channel. I just used it to share client work, client videos that I'd be making for them. And in the last 3 years, I've taken this channel into a completely new direction. And also in the last 12 months, I've gone from 1,000 subscribers to almost 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new here and this is the first time that you've ever seen me, I hope that today brought you value. I hope that today hit. And I hope that you're going to be out there creating value for your clients that is so far beyond what they expected, beyond what they paid for, so you can create evangelists. And again, my content's not for everybody. I'm looking for the right type of photographer, the right obsessed photographer that's trying to get to not just the next level, but to make this a career. People who are going to be a photographer by all means necessary. People who have something actually at stake. These are the people who have a tendency to find me. So if that's you, you are in the right place. Make sure you subscribe. I do photo reviews every Thursday where you get an assignment. I give you an incredibly tight brief, much like a photo editor would give you a brief when they give you an assignment for their magazine. I ask for a cover, I ask for a double page spread, and I train you on how to shoot editorially for a magazine. So I do that on Thursdays. If you want to participate with that, that's super easy. Just go to thecartymethod.com and hit the YouTube submission link to sign up. And I also have an incredible mentorship community of photographers just like you. There's almost 500 of them. And the crazy thing is, 500 photographers have joined my mentorship community since June. Since June, when I opened this new community on this new platform. Almost 500 since June. And you're not in there yet. So photographers just like you, all led by me and my team, and we're guiding you to get to the next level. I also have a professional accelerator. My accelerator is closed right now for access to you. You can't get into it because it only opens for a week. Like access only opens for a week, and that only happens twice per year. So what you can do is you can join the waiting list, and the waiting list is also on the cartymethod.com/accelerator. You'll see it there. Just scroll down the page. You'll see my accelerator. I also have great digital tools. I dropped a bunch of new digital tools, which you can also find at the Carty Method, like my email cold reach out template pack, which I am incredibly, incredibly proud of. And I've sold like 50 people have grabbed it in like 48 hours. So it's like I sell one an hour. So literally, I think it works. It's proven. These are all emails that work, and it's 18 email templates. And basically, I took a course to learn how to reach out to people because I was so bad at it. So I took a course. I took the crux of that course, which is these 5 steps, and I break down that for you. And then I've been using it for 2 years now, and I've put together my best follow-up emails, my best cold outreach emails. Like I just put together a nice little package. I sell it for $27, and it is also on the Carty Method. Guys, I hope today brought you value. I have coaching that I have to do in the next short while. So a short episode today. We also, by the way, do on Tuesdays, I do what we call a little after party, meaning after the episode, if you have a question, if you want to talk to me, you have to be a member of the community. So make sure you join my mentorship community. Again, link for that is on the Carty Method. But then I provide a Zoom link, and I do these hangouts where you can talk to me, talk to other photographers from all around the world. And it is the best time because you get to talk to photographers who are just like you, struggling in spots just like you, that everyone's watching me and they're all learning. Like it's the dopest shit. So today's hangout is at 7 and 7:15. I'm going to show up in that hangout, but I actually can't because I have a movie. Actually, I can't show up at that hangout today because I have a movie to go to. But I think we're going to move the time because what I like to do is I like to do it right after the podcast. So, but today I can't because I have coaching. So what I think we're going to do today is today's after party. I'm not going to cancel it, but I just won't be able to be there. So you can be there if you're in the community and hang out with the other photographers, but I will be changing the time to align better with this whole thing that we have going on here. Guys, I hope today has brought you value. I'm Carty. I obsess over helping you get to the next level with your photography career. Please visit the Carty Method. And I'm here. If you need anything, just reach out. Hey, by the way, I didn't give away any subscribers, members. Stay to the end. I'm going to gift away five members. Yeah, why not? Let's gift 5 members, because again, I haven't got a chance to blow the smoke in a minute, and members propel this channel forward. So if you guys don't join, I'm going to have to put commercials on my live streams while they're live. I don't want to do that. I'd rather you guys join so I can have commercial-free content like while I'm live. I do put commercials on after. But in order to start the little party of you guys joining, and if you're watching this after the fact, this goes for you too. If you're part of the replay gang, by the way, leave a comment at the end, replay gang. But I'm going to gift right now, I'm going to gift 5 memberships for you, okay? This is random, but I'm going to gift 5 memberships because you made it to the end of this episode. It's quite random. I can't control who it goes to, but here you go. This is 5 memberships pour vous. All right. June, look at you. Lucky man. You just got gifted. Mike Lilly just got gifted a membership. Colin was gifted a membership. And Stephen K was gifted a membership. Also, Chica Rhinosaurus was gifted a membership. So, guys, incentive to remember to join. If you guys like what I'm doing here, believe me, I make a nickel for doing this podcast. So unless you join, I'm going to have to drop ads. Guys, thank you. I hope today brought you value.
This commercial-free live stream was brought to you by the members of this channel. If it wasn't for you, we'd have to fill up these live streams with ads that would just interrupt the flow. The members of this channel make commercial-free content during these live streams possible. Consider becoming a member for $5 a month today to gain access to secret live streams, live chats, and to show your support with that crown badge next to your name. Sharing is caring. If this content has brought you value today, share it, clip it, post it to your socials. Curating and sharing helpful content makes you an expert, even if the content you're sharing isn't yours. Be a curator and share this content with your network. If you're an emerging or struggling photographer that's trying to break free from your current 9-to-5 grind and transition to the life of a working pro photographer, that's our obsession here at the Carty Method. Register, get the support you need. If you're alone and struggling at this craft, make sure you join the Carty Method community. You'll always find help in the show notes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Find your creative and business genius with the Carty Method.
I hope today brought you value.